Monday is going to be a very momentous day for me. That is going to be the time after 22 years of riding on Metro North that I'm going to become a full-time telecommuter, at least for the next 2 or 3 months. This is happening because my office is relocating in New York from 6th Avenue to 42nd Street. It's only a few blocks, but it's a complicated move, and my particular floor is going to be closing on June 15th. So I will have the option of doing free seating at other still open floors in my building, but I decided to save the $369 a month I save on a commuter ticket, and I'm just going to opt to work at home for June and July. I may wind up getting a 10 pass if I want to go into the city for things. I may check out my company's Stanford office, but for now, I'm going to try the home office route. Now, I've had the option of working at home for several years, and I do like being at home 1 or 2 days a week, spending the rest of the time in the city. But you know, time has come to look for a change. And the sad part is I do like going into the city, despite kind of the time and cost. I like having an office to go to with resources, a place to work, and I like the action there. I've described myself as an action junkie, and I like being there for the parades and the demonstrations and Trump Tower and the museums and walking through Times Square with my camera. And like the writer Irwin Shaw once titled a short story, "The Girls in Their Summer Dresses." So, but now I'm going to be at home, and it's a little disorienting. Now I have worked at home full time before. Typically, when I'm between jobs or in the weeks after Hurricane Sandy, I worked at home for about 6 weeks, and you know, I got stuff done, but I always liked having the ticket. It was kind of an out. I like to think of it as like a pass to Disneyland. I could use it to go into the city on a whim, like on the weekends. If I wanted to go, like buy halva at the store on the Lower East Side. If I wanted to go to a museum or something, and I just run back. I also use my train pass like a subway pass. I take it from Katona to White Plains, or I take it to Pleasantville, you know, all stops in between. When I lived in Westport, Connecticut, I could use it to get from Grand Central to Katona before I moved here. So it was an extremely convenient thing to have. Now, over the 22 years, I estimated I spent $66,000 on train tickets. And the commute is, I conservatively estimated it as I traveled 200,000 miles, 40 miles at a time. I forgot jackets on the train. I forgot a gym bag. I forgot my tuna salad Tupperware a couple of times. I found and returned people's cell phones and wallets, but fortunately I never lost my own cell phone or wallet. I have stood on train platforms that were so cold that I thought I was going to get frostbite. But the only time I got frostbite was actually this past winter when I stood outside when it was about 2 degrees for 15 minutes shoveling snow off my car. So I always was able to stay warm on the train platforms. Other memories, I put money into a booth carried by a fireman for a donation after 9/11. I've heard people raise their voices, but I've never seen any fistfights, and I've never seen any arrests. One strange thing that happened one snowy Saturday night was I was kind of coming in from the city for something, and something seemed off about the car, and then I realized that the car doors were open and snow was blowing into the car while it was moving. So that was a little like, oh. But that fortunately happened only once. And I've also spent a lot of time thinking about what's worse, having no heat during the winter or no air conditioning during the summer. Hands down, having no air conditioning is by far the worst. When that's happened, I felt like I was suffocating, and that's really a really terrible situation. I've slept through my station only once in all that time. When I lived in Westport, and I was coming back from a job interview, and I was exhausted, and I wound up waking up in Fairfield, Connecticut, several stops past Green's Farms, and I barely managed to make it out of the train on time. It would have been very easy for me to go to sleep and go into Bridgeport, or maybe even all the way to New Haven. So I always try to be a little awake. And then there was the train I didn't take. I was working in New York during the blackout in August 2003, and I thought, well, maybe the train's